If God is love and he shows you all this, you will now begin to treat yourself like that, like with respect, love, everything. And from that, you want a guy like that in your life.
Yeah, because what a lot of people need, I think, intend to do is that a lot of women, or even males as well, they seem to want to fill that gap that they're missing in their life with a relationship to make them complete.
Which is why when that relationship was gone, they're depressed.
Yeah.
And they feel like there's nothing. They feel like the relationship made them complete. But relationships aren't meant to make it complete. You're supposed to be one. That man is supposed to be one. Like, you're both supposed to be one in Christ. And when you join, you become one. You cannot be 75% of yourself and feel that his 100% is coming. There's always going to be that gap.
It would have to be 100. You have to
always going to be that gap.
Full of yourself. You have to actually know where you are. You have to actually focus on yourself. If it means that you have to focus on your career, then focus on your career, focus on yourself. Even if it means that you want to be in a certain stage in life before you meet you do not need to have a man to make yourself happy. You have to be happy in yourself first before you actually find the person, because a lot of people seem to sense when someone is not happy within them, and that's when a relationship doesn't go right, because the person knows that you're relying on the person to make you whole.
That's why you be always calling him when you don't hear from him. You be calling every second, and when he doesn't reply you in like an hour, you're mad. Why did you not reply back to me? Why did you do this? Why didn't you call me back? No, it doesn't matter whether he called you back or he didn't, but best believe that if you didn't call me back, I ain't gonna be answering your phone for like how many days. No, I'm gonna actually do that because that's rude. But yeah, but I just feel like you need to actually have a purpose, and once you have a purpose, you don't actually focus on the man. He doesn't become the main purpose. Like, he doesn't become the main focus, that's the word, in your eyes. Like, that's why you need to seek God. Back to that again, because when you seek him, he teaches you how to be prepared for life and for everything, honestly. So next question: how long do I have to be in a relationship to see if he's the right one? Shall I answer that?
Yes, if you could.
I don't think that there's a time for that. I feel like when you meet a man, you start to see all the bonuses and all the that's it. When you meet a man, don't feel as if all they say is what they are. It's their actions. And I'm telling you, like, certain things they will do, certain attributes, give you an example. So you meet a guy, he's treating you right, but then he doesn't treat. One time I was talking to this guy, right, and then like that was something that should have said, darling, he's not the right person. If he can treat that person wrong, then you should know that he would do that to you. But he was portraying all these things that he was. But how is it that I think we went to do food shopping, and he was so disrespectful to the cabman, and I was so quiet, and I was thinking, wow, like, I was really surprised. But what I should have known was, if he could treat that cabman that way, then what makes me any different? Do you know what I mean? He didn't have respect for that cabman, and that cabman waited for us. See, if anything, we should say thank you to him. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But he disrespected that cabman, and these are the things. Like, they say something, they say this, and then do something else. That's the signs that you need to look out for when you're with a guy. Like, that's the signs to look. That's the first sign to see if he's the right one. And I don't think there's a time to it as well.
I don't necessarily think there's a time to it to actually be in a relationship. I know a lot of people that have been in a relationship for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, 9, 10 years.
That's your husband. That's long. What the hell?
What are you waiting for?
What the hell? No. 5 years before he can tell you, yes, you're my wife. What the hell?
Why does a guy need to observe you for so many years before he will actually go down on his knees?
I think this is the illustration that I always give. So you go into a shop. Me, I love shopping, yeah. So you go into a shop and then you see a dress, right? It's your birthday, let me just say it's your birthday, right? And then you go into a shop and you're looking for a dress, and then you see that dress and then you're like, oh, just like you, this is just how she is, you can't go shopping with her. She'd be like, oh, I'm not sure about this dress, let me look at other dresses. And then she'd go and look at another dress, oh, I'm not really sure about that, let's look at. That's how men are. From when you don't like that dress, you don't like that dress. But when you see that dress, you don't want that dress to go. You will buy it because you know if you don't buy it, another person's gonna buy it. You don't think twice. You don't think about the money. You don't think about anything. You just look at it and you think, oh my god, this is just dress. That's how men are. When they see that woman, that's why you can be in a relationship for 10 years with a guy, and then he will break up with you and be with someone within a year. He's proposed to, and you're thinking, where did you go wrong? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you went for him, and you probably just forced that relationship whenever you, because there's within 10 years there's always going to be like a breakup, and there's always going to be that girl feeling like, oh my god, feeling like that's empty space again, feeling like they filled up that gap, so I need to try and work it out with him because it's been this time, we've been together for this long, how can we just mess it? No, relationship is not about how long you've been with them. Like, seriously.
One thing I also need to say is as well, before even, I know a lot of people, what they intend to do is, before they want to make anything official, they want to be dating, as in just see each other for months and months.
I tried that one,
and you think,
where is it going? Would you enter a plane and not know where the plane is going, or a train?
No,
really?
no,
You would not enter on any train and no, especially investing your money. That's how you got to think. If you're not going to spend your money on that train and not know the destination of that train, don't invest your heart into a relationship and not know where the relationship is going to go.
It's
honestly speaking, like,
so true. But then you know what, because I feel like because a lot of women are weak and they want to be with that person, so what they do is they actually stay and wait until the person is ready. Why are you waiting for the guy to be ready until he's
you gonna make him wait, mate?
Why do you wait for him? Why are you compromising? There is no, you don't need to compromise,
mate,
to be with someone. If someone really wants you, they will just go for it straight away. Like the dress, they don't even want to lose you. They don't even want to see you with anyone. They say, no, I want you,
this
but
is the
nobody
person
else.
I want. Straight.
This is the type of person you should be looking for, not someone who's hesitating. Oh, let's be seeing each other for 6 months first.
Let's see how it goes first.
Let's see how it goes. No, you don't need that. You actually don't need that, because at the end of the day, there's no time frame of how long you need to see someone before you actually meet the right person. No. But you will know straight away.
Because I actually have a friend, and she said she went to a wedding and then she met this guy. She never liked him, but the guy said, this is the woman that I want. Just by seeing how she behaved at the wedding, how she held herself and everything, he said that's what he wanted. Do you know he went to tell his family, fasted and everything, prayed to God about it, and now they're married, and that was within a year. So why does he need to wait like 10 years? do you know, one time I was watching this ratchet show, Love and Hip Hop, right? The girl was with him, was it like 12 years? And they were not she wasn't even, imagine 12 years, you're not even fighting for marriage, you're not fighting for relationship. What the hell? I thought that was ridiculous. I thought that was too funny. Once you're bae, you're bae. If you're not bae in his eyes, just know that someone else is going to make you bae, and that person will treat you right because he has love for God. Back to it again, he loves God, so he's gonna treat you right. What should I do when I have been in a relationship for a while and he doesn't propose or talk about marriage? That goes back to, oh my god, mate, take your gun and must go. Pack your things, pack your things,
and go, leave.
No, but I was also thinking, like, does he actually have to talk about it, or could you give him? Do you think giving him clues work?
Okay, this is how I see it.
Women, say it.
I don't know. This is how I see it. It's the guy that marries the woman. So yeah, we don't have to give clues for us to actually stick it into the head that yes, we want to get married. No, if a guy is with you, he would know straight away if you're the wife material or if you're not the wife material. Do you understand? So at the end of the day, if he doesn't talk about it, that means he doesn't want to marry you.
Men don't lie. They will not talk about
it. How can you be in a relationship with someone for over a year and you have not even spoken about marriage at all? Not even talking about future kids or anything, or not even a future with the person. How can you actually say that this person wants to be with you? The same way how if you're with someone, you don't want the person to be with someone else, so you want to have that conversation. So that's the same way how a guy would want to have a conversation with a girl who they want to be with. So if they don't want to talk about marriage, or if they don't propose to you after a while, then maybe you should then emphasize it to them. But even that, going back to God, when you're with God, God is love.
Because when you find that guy, you say.
No, you can talk now.
Oh. I always do this, but when you find that guy, you must always take him to God, and God will show you signs regardless. Now, I was in this crazy relationship, right? And like, I would pray about him to God, and I would be like, oh God, if he's the right person, let him do this, let him. And he was doing the opposite. And it's like, was that really what? Like, I saw so many signs, and I just ignore them. Like, I'll pray to God, like, let him do this if he's the right. He won't do it when he's not doing it, mate. Just know. And you know what? You have a lot of girls that stay in a relationship that say, oh, let's see how it goes, and then when they confide in a friend and tell, what do you think? And because if you come to me, all I'll say is go and pray, because I'm not God. You know, it's only God that knows the answer.
Yeah.
So, but then you have girls that don't want to pray because they're scared to find out the truth. Mate, why are you scared? If you're gonna get hurt now, there's no point waiting till 10 years, because you'll be depressed.
Yeah, you don't want to waste your years knowing that, oh, the person potentially would not be the one for you, and you're 30 and then the guy's like, oh no, I don't want to be with you anymore. I'm sorry, that is, you're 30 years old.
That was your fault, because
that was
you were supposed
to
pray about it.
You had it in your hands to pray about it, to ask God to give you the signs. And the thing what a lot of people don't do is they don't pray and listen to God's voice to actually direct them to the right person. So what you need to do is to actually pray about it. Make sure that you stay, even if you see any little signs, don't ignore them.
Don't ignore that little sign.
Ignore them, because
like,
these signs,
oh my God.
a lot of times we seem to think that, oh, okay, that's probably just one-off thing, and then something else happens, and oh well, maybe that's just how he is, and then you just compromise, and as soon as you know, God has given you so many signs that you don't like, and you haven't noticed it, but yet you still decided to stick around
and just hoping that things will change. Mate, it ain't gonna change.
No, you can't.
It's not going to
a
change.
guy.
Trust me, it's not. Where in the Bible did you hear that you can change a man? Like,
no, you can't change them
change
at all.
a man.
You gotta leave them to be who they want to be. If anything, you should be finding someone else or praying for that other person.
Yeah.
Don't try and be a matchmaker. Why are you trying to find your own
Why
person?
are you trying to be God?
No, don't be God. I don't understand. Why? Why are you dating around trying to test the fishes in the sea? No,
mate. By the time you open your eyes, you've tried all the fishes,
Trust me.
and you've gone past your husband. You've made it long for you to find the right person, because I feel like distractions.
What happens a lot is that whenever you're in a relationship with someone else, it basically prolongs you from the right person who you're supposed to be. So if, for example, you're with someone, and let's say Mr. Right is someone else, you have wasted all these times that you were with that person to actually be with that Mr. Right. But then a lot of the times God doesn't want us to do the own matchmaking. He wants us to be focused on him only. So when you do that, he prolongs your blessing.
That comes back to my favorite verse in the Bible right now, like Matthew 6:33. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. Like everything, like anything, all your